football that will have me scratching my head, some that will have Bones scratching his head, and some that I'm sure that Bones otherwise known as Sherwin because most people know him as Bones. So let's work with that. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be here in less than 10 minutes to be ranting about Tapa and all that.
Can't wait.
No, tonight. You know that we have Demo in the building as always.
Big up on yourself.
But tonight also, there was a special guest in the building.
Hear this man.
You never talk, you know. Yo, you just go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Gentlemen, thanks a lot, Leva and Demo. Sherwin, because I know him as Sherwin, you know.
Yes,
Thanks a lot for the invite. All right. Well, my name is Fabian Francis. I currently reside in St. Martin, but I'm a Jamaican. I coach the national team here in St. Martin at the moment. Well, that's just my introduction, really. All right. Matter of fact, I just had a newborn, first child, my daughter.
Oh yeah.
Congrats,
Gabriela.
Congrats.
So, yeah, man. So my introduction really short because I don't really talk all the time.
But viewers, just know that we have a legend in the building.
Yeah.
This man is a legend. This man has wanted Michael and all these things. Brother, come on, man.
Yeah, so coach, just before we start, man, coach, show us some of the titles that you have won, you know, as in Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
If you don't know if you win anything with St. Martin team, but
all right. The thing is, I won 2 titles in Jamaica as a coach with Michael University College, female team. I was part of the coaching staff when we won 2 times with the male team. At that time, I think the coach was Vassar Reynolds. I worked with Vassar Reynolds.
The great Vassar Reynolds.
Yeah, man. Virgin. A matter of fact, he was my teacher in Michael. He was not Michael. He was my teacher in Woolmers. When I was going Woolmers at the time. Yeah, and then Leave went to Michael, and then we worked together along with Alex. Same Alex Thomas who coached Arnett Garden. Yeah, man. All 3 of us worked together. But for the female team, I worked with Xavier Gilbert. Yeah, man. Gilbert is a good friend of mine. And I learned a lot from Gilbert. Even Coley. I worked with Coley for a short period of time. Good friends.
Okay.
Yeah, man. All these guys, I'm still in contact with them, same way.
All right, boss. Brilliant to have you with us tonight, man. Big up.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
So, gentlemen, as I said in the intro, we'll be discussing some international football. But, well, a lot of us are coming off a high. A lot of us are on a downturn. We saw Jamaica getting a 2-1 victory over Saudi Arabia in the second match of the friendly series. But for that match, we'll leave that for last because I want Bones to be here for that one.
Man,
Sherwin shall be here for that one.
You need him for that one.
Now, this is where I'm going to start. Right now, brother, I'm going to try to find some black. Come mourn me a mourn. Swear. Spain 6. Germany 0. 23 shots on target. 23 shots overall for Spain. 10 on target. 70% possession for Spain.
Tell me when you're ready for that, boy.
Hold on, man. No. Germany only 2 shots. Unheard of.
Yeah.
I need not to say any more than Joachim Low. They do right there. Oh, there's a one. Come on, brother.
But you really believe they're going to get rid of Low?
Alright. To be fair, I don't think they will. But alright. They should have made a change from that horrible show that took place in 2018 World Cup. From there on, I was looking at it from a standpoint that, alright, hear what? This man seems to be out of his depth because if you've been following the trend afterwards.
Hold on. You said the guy is out of his depth. A guy that won the World Cup is out of his depth.
Listen why I said that. If you look at the trend of 2010 World Cup and 2014 World Cup, remember that Spain won the 2010 World Cup, right?
Yes, sir.
came back in 2014 with basically the same squad. What happened?
Flop. And
Why?
When did they knocked
No,
out?
why?
Okay.
All right, listen, you have to think about the whole backstory. Why you think they didn't do so well?
All right. Me personally, I think it's from a standpoint where, one, they come back with the same style of play from back then, in which you know that football is something that revolves. Just have to keep on thinking. Same players once again, while you add other players that could possibly fit into a system that would produce better moments. 2014 came by, Germany won the World Cup.
Yeah.
2018, they went back with the same set of players again. What happened? It was a horror show.
All right.
With the same bunch of players. I'm going to allow you to go ahead, you know.
All right.
But I'm saying that if you saw that happen to a team before, why do you persist with the same tactic going forward? Why don't you try to change it from within that time period before it actually reached the World Cup?
All right. Let me start with Spain. Yeah, because you said Spain went back with the same set of guys, right? Bear in mind, yeah, that they had problems concerning. There was a lot of backroom problems with the coach because he went to Madrid the eve of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, and these things don't just pop out of the sky where a guy just leave. This has been happening for quite some time, a couple of weeks. Yeah, and then these things affect players, whether you want to believe it or not. It affects players because players need to know if the coach is going to stay or not, especially when you're already in camp.
Yep.
Yeah, and then when you have situation like, and then there were problems with the senior players. You get what I mean? Because then when you look now, no matter what people say, Spain team is always divided.
Yep.
Madrid and Barcelona is always divided. All right, no matter what people say. And then that caused a problem because I guess Barcelona players is going to think that now he's going to leave and then coach Madrid and then you have us to deal with as a national team. Now, all of that would have caused problem. And then they bring in, I think, Fernando here, I think he's the guy that came in afterwards.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, them man are probably the first to take up the national team, really. So they were going to face problems.
Yeah.
Get me? They were for real going to face, but the timing was really off. I mean, maybe the coach came in, when named Lopetegui, came in with a plan. Now, Fernando is going to come in with his own plan. And you can't come in with your own plan the eve of the game.
Yeah.
That alone will cause problem for Spain.
No, man, I'm not talking about 2018. I remember that I make reference to 2014.
But that was the problem, I think, in 2014 for Spain.
No, man. Remember that Lopetegui took over what? 2017 thereabouts?
When we not going to the 2018 World Cup.
2018 World Cup.
Yeah, all of the madness with coach.
Yeah. But would you change? No, if something is working for you, all right, forget about that part. If something is working for you, would you change it?
If something is working, if you change it?
All right.
Yeah, would you change it if it's working?
All about context.
I know, but I wouldn't. All right,
That's what I would look at.
Here's the story. Spain's 4-3-3 works for them. The Iniesta and the Xavi and these guys works. You get what I mean? You won the World Cup with this, you know. You get what I mean? Now you believe that if it's going to change, it is probably going to tweak. No big changes. The only thing will happen is just a tweak. So if you manage to make big changes, you know, then if you had make big changes and then it comes worse where they wouldn't even leave the first round, then we would be talking about something different.
But
what I mean, you don't
isn't that what took place? Because remember that they didn't actually leave the first round.
No.
Just like what happened to Germany.
And this is a trend. This is a trend because it was before
that's
Spain,
the point I'm bringing across.
France,
it's a trend. So why don't you make alterations to stop that trend from taking place?
Because of chemistry.
Sometimes really you as a coach need to be.
Yeah, it's hard to find persons really to buy into what you want to do as a national team, and then it changes chemistry because bear in mind maybe Xavi and Iniesta playing for so long, and then all of a sudden you probably bring in Koke who never played with these guys before, and then you have understanding problems. So I think he just keep it together just like Germany because of chemistry reasons, because these guys have the know-how. Yeah, if they're down in a hole, they know how to get out because it's not the first.
That's fair, but as Levana says, sometimes you have to adapt and try and move. We really want to
That's
get
the point.
We really want to get to it. So hurry up and make a point, boss, because I need to get.
No man,
All right, yeah,
No,
well, plain and
Levan.
simple.
Oh, Levan, go ahead.
All right, plain and simple. Me think low time up. No joke. That are my point. You need to cut. All right.
Who would you put in there though? If you
Right
are
now,
if you are the
Jurgen Norville Klopp.
No, that not gonna happen right now, yeah.
All right.
That
Me
will not happen
personally,
right now.
you know the coach that I'll go for? Julian Nagelsmann. Current coach of RB Leipzig.
That's a shout.
That's the man I would go for.
All right, in football, anything is possible. Yeah? In football, anything is possible. Some coaches like the day-to-day running, like a club. Some people like the national setup where you don't always have everybody. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people like it that way. But really and truly, he's young, and maybe for him, he likes the day-to-day in terms of club running.
True.
Yeah. Some persons don't like to just sit around. It's usually older coaches who likes the part of national setup because it's less work if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? You get more time with family and all of these things.
Can become boring.
Yeah.
It can, and that's why older persons usually go for national setup. When they finish with club and can't bother with all the firing and hiring, trust me. I think maybe after Klopp's time is finished, possible that he will think about the German national team. Because he's going to get older, it gives him more time with the wife and stuff like that. So maybe.
Yeah. But I'm champing at the bit in 11. Let's go. But I don't want to keep stressing on Germany's problem when the greatness of Spain was displayed. So please get to your point as we can get to go back.
Yeah, man. I don't say 30, man. Low
All right.
Anyway,
so
time to move on.
You see this? This was Spain hit Germany for 6, brother. That was vintage.
8 for 6, but guess what?
What?
Go on, finish your point. Finish your point, man.
Vintage Spain. It could have been 7 or 8 goals. And welcome by the way to Sherwin and Jason, big up on the still. Just in time to hear about the Spain masterclass. And watching that game, it just reminded me of peak Spain in 2010 when we win everything. The pressing was out, because remember we draw the game with Switzerland before, and it was so lackluster, and even me as a Spanish fan, I was saying that we weren't going to be good enough to beat Germany. I must say that here upon the live. But the way how the team came out and pressed and just put full force on Germany, it was just unbelievable, man. From minute 1, we were just on it. And boy, I love to see that Spain team. Ferran Torres was brilliant, a thorn in the flesh of all of those German defenders. He was just amazing. And they have Gaia at left back, and the team just looked great. I don't want to focus on the negatives of Germany because Spain on the day outclassed them. Morata, who them call Duckfoot, the man finding and banging in goals for Spain, and I love to see it, man. So big win for Spain, Spanish national. Germany in crisis, I don't care. Spain to the top.
Remember, say you say man come your last live and say you did worried.
Yeah, I was worried. I was.
Anyways, I think we should move on. And boy, now go wait any longer, you know. Theodore Tupper Whitmore 1, Sherwin 0.
Yes, man.
How me coming at this? Can me a Tupper play?
You a Tupper player, man. You are Saudi Arabia against Tupper.
Listen, go on. Do your thing.
No, man, you go ahead, man. You want to come and say what I need to say?
First shot. All right. Good night, everybody. First shot.
Sir. Public apology, please.
I will never. Sorry, Sherwin. Go ahead.
I will never apologize for what I believe in and what I know is true. I see persons jumping about and this and that Tupper win 100 game. That means nothing to me, brothers. That means nothing to me, right? at current state, my point remains the same, and I've seen a few persons said it as well. I am giving Tapa as all right as a coach. Let me say it. As a coach, it's always good to get a win after humiliating defeat. Can't stress that enough, right? Always important to get a win, bounce back, get a win. Very good for the mental capacity of the players and also of the coaches. All right, get that out of the way. Whatever Tapa will for well with you, but I am giving him the opportunity to coach the team during the qualifiers because it doesn't seem like I will get what I want, right?
Because we want no make sense, brother.
At the end of the day, I will hold my point. Tapa Whitmore, as the coach of Jamaica's national team, will not get us qualified for the 2022 World Cup.
You can read the future.
That is my point.
What if he does?
Listen.
Hold on, gents. One at a time.
I came in the live with you guys talking about Germany, right?
I know.
You see what is happening with Germany football team right now?
Yeah.
From World Cup, right? Low or whatever one name is their longest serving manager, right? And the team has been on the decline. Theodore Tapa Whitmore has failed to qualify us again for 1.5 World Cup campaigns. Why is it that now in 2020 we believe that we can qualify us for?
Because I remember answer a question. You gotta allow me to answer a question?
Me just say my mind, me never answer.
Because Theodore Whitmore has a 51% win record.
51% win record and you playing who? Playing Guyana? Playing Aruba? Playing Barbados?
Allow me to finish. Theodore Whitmore has been in the top 50 since 2018. Top 50 of the world, not just with Guyana and Trinidad and all
playing who?
Bones.
Listen to me.
Bones. Hold on, let the man finish in point, man.
Theodore Whitmore brought us to the 2017 and 2019 Gold Cup semi-finals, and he was second place in the Gold Cup. Zine, he was also second place in the Caribbean Cup. Why is it that you don't want to give a man with a 51% win record who has kept us in the top 50? Top 50 in the world since 2018.
Can we get real?
A logical sense to you.
Can we get real with this Tapa thing? Can we get real? Can you show me Tapa's record against the top 6 in CONCACAF? Show me his record.
Why am I show you?
No, you're talking about 51%.
Mexico the other day.
The teams that is
USA and Mexico the other day.
Demo. The teams that is going to be up against for one of those 4 spots come with the record from me, right? Against them. Don't tell me about 51%.
Yeah, but my tell you just beat USA and Mexico the other day.
Yeah, so what I want to do is go back and show me the win ratio between all of them. Don't tell me about what they are. Don't tell me about a 1-half situation.
Don't come with that foolishness. If the man, you ask the man a question. Hold on, man. You ask the man a question. The man will give you the recent history. So why you try to throw recent history out through the window?
And me not throw recent history out the window.
Brother,
if you remember the point where me depend is from 2013, was it, or 2012, whichever one it was, I think 2013. From that time till now, Tapa hasn't proven to me that he can get this team over the line to be one of those top 4 teams to qualify us for World Cup 2022.
Even with a 51% win record.
Against who? Playing Barbados and Aruba and Cayman Island and all of this.
Brother, hold on. The man just point out a while ago that the man beat Mexico, the man beat USA, and we also came to a conclusion the other day that those 2 teams are teams in transition, and he beat both of them while they're in transition. So why keep
Levan,
brother?
You go back and you say 51%, and the 51% spells back to the time that I'm talking about from 2013. or thereabouts, and he just took charge of the team. That is when 51% started, right?
Sherwin.
So don't tell
Listen to me,
me.
Keely.
Don't go on.
Read this comment. Just read the comment on screen.
You ask the man and him come and give somebody. Come on. It's not about you come and you give evidence, but you not change my view.
What I am saying.
So what's the purpose of you asking the man for evidence then?
Your evidence limited, brother. Your evidence limited. You cannot tell me 51% and then I give me recent history. Recent history don't make up 51%. But want you go back and give me the last 7 years of top control in the national team and show me that with it against the top 6 or the top 5 in a CONCACAF, and then we have a conversation. Simple.
Hear me say now. So for you, just because I make the big coach come and address this because we're really tired of the back and forth with it. So for you, getting to the World Cup and qualifying for World Cup are the only thing a coach can do for Jamaica for make you say them can.
It is not the only thing a coach can do for Jamaica, but it is the primary objective.
So if you just forget the 51% win ratio because only play against Guyana and Trinidad.
51% against who?
Yes, that's why should we forget all of that because it can qualify for the World Cup?
Can you
use local base?
All right, let me ask you.
Go overseas out of the Caribbean because of the program.
Let me ask you this.
The young player them will get a call up to for Jamaica. That no count as well. Them all of them stuff no matter for a Jamaican coach because he didn't qualify us.
Hey, listen to me now. I have no problem with the Jamaican players, you know. Me, I wanna Lee and be the biggest backer right now, you know. Right? So I have a problem with the players them. I like the players them I get called. But listen, the question when me I got asked you now. Can you take that 51% win ratio and bring it to qualify for your World Cup?
It helps. It shows progression. It shows that the team is moving forward. If the man there lose all of these games, what you would have said no.
Demon.
All right. Hold on. Let's bring in the coach now.
All right. Sherwin, because not just you. I think Vaughn stated that they need to get rid of Tapa. Now my question is, if you get rid of him, who would you suggest that they get to bring them into the next World Cup?
You know who's a bet? You know right now in the back of my head who's a better coach than Papa Whitmore?
No, I'm not talking about better coach. A lot of better coach there than him.
The man is asking, who would you choose?
If you are the president of the federation, who would be your next person to take charge of the team?
Right now, today.
Bear in mind these type of things that you don't have a lot of money to play with. You get what I mean?
And that's why me go for your coach when me know now go come and dwell upon me if you pay him $500,000 a year like what the JFF are pay Tapa right now, right?
Who do you suggest?
Marian Garden.
Who?
Garden.
Brother, seriously?
Who names me clueless?
Right. Hold on, Demo. He used to coach Lennon and then coach Humberland in Premier League too. But I see that day. Look at this one. This
Van go sleep.
Marian Garden, right? Me tell you what he might base it off. Marian Garden was gained success at schoolboy level is what he want to size up Tapa with. That's why you brought up the point the other day about St. James High and all of them madness.
So where did Tapa Whitmore gain his experience from before he get the national team?
The man then dry him up from the sun. Now the man a coach a team. So what? Marian Garden coming to senior football. Coach Humberland. What did with Humberland? Tell me.
Marian Garden, right? Why you be what you do? We no business about Humberland. We business about the national team.
Oi, hold on a second. Let me kill your point. Remember on the last live when we were talking about Jamaica football and you Sherwin draft St. James High and D-Mock say what that have to do with what Jamaica? What that has to do with Jamaica? So don't come with that bull.
Then someone with that bull a while ago. Jamaica football take preference over every other football.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Somebody in the comments that said the audio crappy. Anybody else having difficulties with the audio or maybe a theme audio alone?
Theme audio, man, cause mine clear. Eh?
No, mine.
No, clear. I mean anybody in the comments. So
okay. Just anybody in the comments, just tell me if the audio is okay.
Hold on. Go on, talk. Go on.
Sorry. All right. For me,
are you ask a question?
Yeah, no, but for me though, really, because Van asked if they only keep in Tapa because of affordability. That is one of the biggest point, of course. That is one of the biggest point because they're looking at they don't have any money. At the moment, he's not doing the worst job ever. He's not doing the worst job, really and truly. You get what I mean? And then for them to get somebody who is high class and who has a possible better pedigree than Whitmore, you get what I mean? For them to get that person, the amount of money they would have to fork up for that is another story. You get me? And maybe for him, he would probably like to use overseas based players. Maybe for him. Because for me, really and truly, local players not going to cut it. All right. Van, they're not going to use Neverbill because he said he's not interested in the senior team.
I was just about to say that.
All right. He's not interested in that. But for me, I will give him the opportunity to go with this one into the World Cup. I will give him that opportunity. I'm gonna tell you why I'll give it to him. Because I think the players now are warming up to him. You get what I mean? They already maybe have an understanding right now. All right, I will give him this opportunity. No, if it's a case where he doesn't bring them to the next World Cup, I personally will tell them to let him go. I will get rid of him.
All right, really. I agree with you.
For now, give him the opportunity, you get me, to bring them into the World Cup. Because trust me, when you already build a chemistry or you build an understanding with a coach and player, it works well for you. You get me? And as I said before, it is easier for them to pay him. Really and truly, and it's one of their own. You get me? Because the past coaches they have end up fly off the island and gone all over the place.
And hold on a second. I see Sure in the comment section saying Andrew Edwards. Brother, Andrew Edwards got on to futsal and that team can bring the futsal team to anywhere. So not come with Andrew Edwards either.
Alright guys, big up on yourself. Thanks for saying that the audio is good. Name name Peter, just check your audio, maybe your audio.
No, yeah, the audio good. Me just did listen a while ago.
Alright, so
Sure, you just need to program it. You just bias towards the man.
Here
all right. Hold on, sure.
Demo, wait, hold on the front. Let me straighten out Demo a little bit and make me and him go on a level playing right now. See? Before I think me here Tapa, me, I did want to Tapa biggest supporter. Biggest. When he first got to the final over I did when 2012 when he reached the final Gold Cup against Mexico. No, I never 2012, 2017.
2017, yeah.
Or 2015.
And then he go 2019.
No, 2015, man. A 2015, man. The final, they went lose 2-0 to Mexico. They are Philadelphia.
A Gold Cup?
A Gold Cup, man. A 2015,
2017 man. And 2019. Boy, go.
Yeah. 2015. Me, I did Banner Tapa biggest fan in the stadium. Everything nice. Tapa. We have a new Tapa shirt for 98.
Yeah, tell me what change.
You understand? Me just make you know that the one that Tapa biggest support.
Yeah, but what change? Get to what change?
I don't believe him man can bring me the World Cup at that change. Simple.
Okay. And I'm saying just because you think him can't bring it to the World Cup, that's enough for just right now.
That's enough for me.
Yes. Fine. Yeah. All right, fine.
All right, let's move on a bit. Now, in that match, we saw Daniel Johnson scoring a peach of a goal, curling it into the top corner. Jason, you've been silent all along, so what do you make of that goal?
So taking everybody as man. Good night to everyone. That goal when I saw it, let's say I feel wonder if Leroy Sane or Riyad Mahrez not play for Jamaican team because it was textbook Sane or Mahrez, Robin, Coutinho, and it was a beautiful goal. The keeper had no chance. So he took it well. He could have put 2-3 goalkeeper, but him not save that. So it was a peach of a goal.
And I've been saying it for a long while now that Daniel Johnson will bring a lot of quality to this team because I've been watching him for a while now for Preston, and boy's quality, man. He can play central mid, even defensive mid.
Yep.
So he'll bring a lot of quality to this team. Now, for the second goal that we scored, a lot of people are saying that it was a foul by Javanese. Do you agree?
It was a foul.
It wasn't no foul, boss. It wasn't no foul.
It was a clear foul.
You know why?
I don't think it's a foul.
You remember that game against that big bad game between Liverpool and Manchester City?
We're not trying to remember any game. We're just talking about this game.
And
two different referees.
Bongs, John Stones, and
that could have been a foul. Eh? If it was called a foul, we couldn't complain because it was in the back. That was the first thing. The guy nudged the guy in the back in Firmino's game. If it was called a foul, it was borderline foul and not foul. Yeah, but for this game yesterday, hey, the guy used his hands to push the man in. He didn't use his shoulder in him. He stretched his hand out to push the guy.
And clear foul.
But it was a foul.
One level, because the only thing what me could have said about this is that based on how bad the referee did be towards the game, he have to take you up. He just couldn't call that.
All right, that was what I was going to say. That because of how poor the referee was, that's the only reason why I let it slide. But otherwise, it was a foul.
Yeah, man, it was a foul, man.
The man literally do this.
Clean foul.
Big foul. All right. Yesterday we also saw Portugal getting a 3-2 victory over Croatia. Ruben Diaz with 2 goals, Man City defender. We also saw Joao Felix scoring. Any takers?
It was a scrappy game for me. I watched some of it, and then Cristiano getting bailed out again by his player.
Very easy.
I mean, some scrappy goals score. A couple. I think Joao Felix goal was decent. I guess in the end Portugal deserved the victory, but it was a scrappy-ish game for me.
So also another Premier League player doing well, Mateo Kovacic scoring both goals for Croatia.
Yeah. Yeah, he
was very rare, eh?
Yeah. I think he hadn't scored in like 6 years, and then he got 2 goals in the space of 6
No, but I think for a player like Kovacic, he should be scoring more goals. Like when I just started watching him, or when you first hear about him and the way he plays, he's a guy that should be scoring more goals. Just like Toni Kroos, I believe these guys should be scoring more goals.
Okay, then I can agree with you on that because initially I was going to say that. Remember when he was at Madrid, he started off as a attacking mid, and then generally he started to fall back to central midfield. But over time, you can say, those guys should be scoring way more goals.
Yeah,
man. But
next up, go ahead.
I want to go back to the Jamaica game versus Saudi Arabia because I watched the first game they played. And I think a lot of persons why maybe Sherwin and Van would probably say get rid of Tapa because of the 3-0. Yeah. And going into a friendly game when you have so many players and they had the whole COVID situation, I'm not going to even talk about the length of time they didn't play for. Yeah. Because Saudi Arabia didn't play for 11 months. So I'm not going to talk about Jamaica 8 months. But I'm saying they look all over the place. I think from backline to forward was horrible. Yeah, was really horrible. When Damian Lowe looked like a chicken without head. Like seriously. When you talk about the youngster who plays for Arnett Garden named Malcolm, the man was tactical.
No youngster again, man. Big man that no.
For me, I would always say youngsters, you know. But the man was tactically unsound. Seriously, he doesn't know where he's supposed to be on the pitch. Coming to the second game, I think they were much better. Like defensive-wise, how they were organized was really good. And I must give them that the way they track players, the way they tried to close the space down. I mean, they tried to press sometimes, and it wasn't the best pressing. Because, I mean, Saudi Arabia was playing out very easily through the middle. All right? And it was a bit easy at some point. But then other times, overall, I think it was a wonderful game Jamaica played. I mean, at one point, you could realize their direction was to overload the left side of the pitch and try to switch it over to Leon Bailey for 1v1. Like, I mean, their chances came from the right side. Their chances came from the right side. So that's why I believe that was the plan. Overload left side and then work the right side.
Coach, man, never go fear the comments.
Zidane, you see this guy named Zidane? He's a former player. Yeah, I used to coach Zidane. I don't want to talk about Zidane's career right now. Seriously.
Don't talk with
let me
him.
do that part. But I think Jamaica played a really good game.
Yeah,
And the goal, I mean, they created so much opportunity, like point blank range, and couldn't put the ball in net. Because this could have finished 5 with ease.
One more thing, 30 seconds on the Jamaica thing, or 20 seconds, Levan, please. Another big thing about the thing now, while me a bash Tapa so much, as a coach myself, me probably should have lay off for him a little bit, but me can't lay off. You understand? But seriously, the JFF needs some serious thinking and some serious thing about themselves. There's no way you can be building a team.
Hold on a second. I'm getting a feedback from someone. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, check if your phone off if you not watch the stream or something.
No, my
phone. Sure we in, man.
No, mine off.
All right, continue.
All right, there is no way. People saying that one person was saying that the JFF has become so unattractive, has become so unattractive that it cannot attract enough investors into the thing to really boost the financial capabilities of the federation, right? Which is true. We totally lose with attractiveness. And there is no way on earth you can be building a campaign for 2022. We are talking about 1 year and a half of qualifiers, or 1 year, 3 months of qualifiers, right? Or less, probably less, right? And there's no way we have gone through 3 consecutive international breaks, and Jamaica's only played 2 games. That's poor. For a team that has potential and wants to reach the World Cup, that is poor. Very poor.
That's it?
That's it.
Don't get me started on the website, by the way. Remember.
Me and Dima agree upon this, everybody.
This is the JFF's official website, people. And there are only four items on the thing where you can buy. Four. And you cannot order it online because you can only pay cash only. Tell me say something wrong with that in a phone item. There's no 98 jersey will qualify for the World Cup. No, you have 3 cap. No, 2 cap and 2 jersey home and away, and that's it. That is
Demo, I don't think the website is finished, eh? So let's take your time with them.
No,
Patty shop them
around, bro.
The website is not finished as
yet. I do think if Patty shop them around, don't them? I tell you that.
No, that Josie too good, but I'm mad as that.
I'm mad as to bomb. I see that.
All right. Next up is France claiming a 4-2 victory over Sweden. Initially, they got scared when Sweden took the lead early on through Victor Claesson, but they rode back and they ended up running out 4-2 victors.
Are you excited about Bones?
Hey, you have got turn off, man. What I comments, you know. He might ask if JFF have mask.
Man, JFF has 4 items: 2 black cap, a away jersey, and a home jersey. That's it, brother. All of them over $10,000 for the jersey and over $3,000 for the cap.
True.
No more.
Take on the France.
Anyways,
quick and fast.
4-2. Remind us of 2018 World Cup Finals 4-2 victory, you know. Nice and easy. Expected victory. The only thing I'm disappointed with the coach is that, you know, he never really give the youngsters a chance in that game. You qualify already. It's the last game of the international break. Give the youngsters them a run out. You understand? I mean, he gave like Giroud and those players who didn't play a little run for their money and thing.
And I hope that you will mention Giroud, please, and thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I always mention Giroud, you know.
Special mention for the man, please.
Giroud is my ball, I know.
Okay.
Hey, want to know about this Scorpion against
More ask Bones a question.
Hey, true.
So Bones, somebody put it to me this morning. Him asked me if with 7 goals away from being France's leading goal scorer in history, if I would believe that Olivier Giroud is the most underrated player in French history. What you have to say about that?
He is. I would say he's underrated, yes, but he's very underrated, and I think it's not. I think it's because he's not that type of player like the Fleury, Thierry Henry, and all of those players that brings magic to the game. But what Giroud brings to the game is a different approach to how strikers play. Right? He can hold the ball up well. He gets in the space very well. He creates space for other players. Creates space for himself, and he's just always in the right position at the right time.
Drew is a go-kart, that's why.
So make ask you another question now.
Marie Giroud highly, man. Go ahead, Jason.
There's another question now. A lot was made in the 2018 World Cup of Giroud not scoring at all. Is there any difference between what Giroud did for France at the 2018 World Cup and what Firmino doing for Liverpool now?
Wicked question, yo. Timo. Yo. That's about Bonsa. Yo, this is a yaka. The man can't dig out that one.
Headshot.
Alright, listen, I always have something, you know. I mean, I go back down for your question. Let me tell you this. Giroud. Go on, next question.
Big up yourself, Jason.
Kickball, Jason.
Headshot.
I swear, you catch me on the one, Jason.
So I think you can lay off Firmino now, see?
Probably. but coming back to the question though, Giroud is really the type of player that will enough coaches still love to have in a them team right now, because I know much of Giroud left out in the world. I mean, I think after Giroud you're gonna find much more Giroud type of player, honestly, because every forward know
Sebastian Haller. Sebastian Haller.
Alright. So even though I got 6 yesterday, I had some company. Colombia got 6-1 from Ecuador. Shocking result.
Yeah, I did watch that game, man.
With actually, Colombia started majority of their first team players because James was playing, Juan Cuadrado, Jefferson Lerma,
and Mina got red card, man. You mean I think that
in the previous game, but they had basically their full strength squad, and they still picked up 6-1. They don't look that tasty again, and too bad for Sherwin, because guess what? Seems like James are run out of steam.
Oh man, but that's how the World Cup qualifiers do, not true.
Yeah,
right. It not look good for them.
All right, next up, we saw Venezuela claiming a 2-1 victory over Chile. Paraguay and Bolivia joined 2-2. Sure, this will make Jason happy. Uruguay 0, Brazil 2.
Take it away.
Take it away, mister.
Well,
man,
as president of the BOJA, and for those following at home, that's Brazilians of Jamaica Association. So it was, I mean, my only sore point would come in reference to club level, Cavani getting a red card. It was a red card still in my estimation. But I mean, it was a routine win for Brazil. They as usual, they're just taking control of World Cup qualifying, and a lot has been made about CONCACAF and probably the diminishing, I wouldn't say talent, but the diminishing, talent overall within the region. I think CONMEBOL is another one of those regions where actually depend that rebuilding phase. Other than Brazil and maybe Argentina, I don't really see any other team with no real quality or can go World Cup and actually cause problems out of the region. Because Colombia, they look, a lot has been made about them. With them playing at high altitude and nobody can manage that and rate it. But I mean, they were poor, and this is one of the worst Ecuador teams we've seen in years. And they still managed to
hold on a second, Jason. You're Zidane true friend, Scott. If you continue to try to beat United in the comment section, I'm going to ban you.
But hey, Zidane, it don't really matter if Cavani mash up him foot. You don't really care because our Man U man, our Everton man, me not care for
Alright,
broken foot in that too.
Question though, Richardson came out crying, right? My question: when he made that tackle and the Liverpool player in that match,
Thiago.
Did he came out and said that it was a bad tackle or anything like that?
No say a thing.
No.
Alright, so why am I crying now?
He was actually part of the tweet with Luca Dina. I didn't like Luca Dina tweet when Dina tried to take away the red card and switch to the yellow card. And him did their like
so why he come out and cry boy, but the man could have break him ankle and this and that. He never knows him could have break Thiago ankle. Man, going for go here, man.
Overrated ball.
Yo, right now it seems like my country and demo campaign. This like Richarlison right now. Chat too much.
Reach just
the same reason of one.
Richarlison was giving his best Neymar impression, and that's why. Yeah, that's why.
We also saw Argentina claiming a 2-0 victory over Peru. With Laturo Martinez, a player that are very highly scoring, and also Nicolas Gonzalez.
Hey, when Argentina and them team play these type of team, I don't even watch it.
Yeah,
I don't watch it because it is expected. When you have, one of the best players in the world, it is expected of you.
Yeah, but it's expected. But remember, I think our last campaign they struggled.
Yeah, because
as I said, it is expected that when you have Aguero, I'm just saying, when you have Aguero and Martinez and name him again, the left foot on the place for PSG, and you have Messi and all of these guys, man, you have to be doing well.
The ball
it's a team that is always unbalanced though. That is the main issue with them.
Yeah. They are underachieved. They underachieve every time.
They are stacked in the attacking department, lack in midfield and also defense. But we're not going to dwell on them much. Let's move on to some pictures that took place in Europe earlier today. So we saw Italy running out 2-0 victors over Bosnia.
Expected.
No, you can't say expected because Europe full of surprises. And I believe Italy is playing really good football. Because I don't think they lose any game so far. They are playing really good football. And it's not like they have any big names like one time. I think Mancini is doing a really good job in Italy.
And what a Mancini coach?
The former City coach, man.
Me hear him talk what they about bringing back Balotelli.
Him love Balotelli as a son in a youth.
No, man not bring back Balotelli. So Balotelli has searched a new club. Well, rumor that he's on his way to Barnsley in the championship.
No,
he's not going there. Talk about Balotelli, bringing back Balotelli into the Italian team. I don't know.
Yeah, man, love Balotelli youth.
That won't happen. Too much striker at his disposal doing good in the Italian league, so it's hard to overlook. Alright, we also saw Netherlands coming from behind to claim a 2-1 victory over Poland.
Gini Wijnaldum.
A player that I rate highly, even though he didn't make it at United, but I still follow him a lot. Memphis Depay scoring the equalizer and then Wijnaldum getting the winner.
Ross, I tell you last stream, say Wijnaldum, that's probably his 14 goal for him country since the turn of the year.
13, I think you have 13 or 20.
Two future Barca players.
How that come up?
Yo.
First of all,
we have some of the worst.
We're tabling a new contract for Genie, so just relax yourself. Give it time.
Right. Barca line up 1-2.
We also saw Belgium getting a 4-2 victory over Denmark. 4-2, man. And once again, Yori Tielemans on the score sheet.
And Lukaku.
That man on the score sheet once again.
Yeah, man.
Lukaku scoring a double, De Bruyne getting an assist and also scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Well, it was expected still because Belgium at home, they seems unbeatable.
Yeah, Belgium at home with a coach that likes to play attacking football is.
Yeah, but you see, that is it. Belgium always look unbeatable. But I want to see how well they do at the Euros.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Next is England running out 4-0 victors over Iceland.
My boy Saka. My boy Saka.
My boy Saka.
It was the show of Mr. Phil Foden. Phil Foden scored twice.
Hey, Phil Foden. Believe in me.
Yeah. Jack Grealish had a game there. First of all, Jack Grealish get the man of the match again too.
Yeah, Jack Grealish get man of the match because he always have the ball, bro.
Listen, that's not well I know. You don't ever realize, like we know the stats probably come up time, but Jack Grealish gets fouled so much. It's unbelievable. The man
Jack Grealish is just a junior Fleming. They will get fouled all the time. Once you have the ball, no. What I mean, hold on, Levan. What I mean, you know, Junior Fleming gets fouled quite often. Why? Because he always has the ball, and once you hold the ball often, it is liable that you will get fouled every time. Grealish is the same thing. Mm-hmm. All right, they like to have the ball at the feet every single time, so it is liable that you're going to get free kicks.
No man,
no, I'm not. Yo, Grealish, I want a real good player in the youth.
Oh, hold on, I know that I can counter your point easily though.
Go ahead, Namir.
All right, Adama Traore for Wolves. Does he love
you can't catch the man to foul him, brother.
What you said is not necessarily factual.
No, but I'm saying Grealish catch the ball into like small spaces, so it's easy to foul him. Traore is catching the ball into open field.
Yeah, Grealish was on fire today with Phil.
Yeah, it was a good thing that you came and clarified your statement because for Grealish fan there saying I said I get a wicked piece of beating tonight.
Yo, I have nothing against Grealish. Listen, I have nothing against Grealish. It's just the thing with these guys that they will show up in an era where maybe for 10 games they will show real good performances. And then there are parts of the season where you wonder what happened to the first part of the season. You get me? And that's why you find like Kevin De Bruyne and those guys are always top players because consistency is very key for them.
True.
Is no Grealish start to perform, yeah? Really.
But look again though. You could also look at it from a standpoint that De Bruyne is playing with quality players, so it's expected that you perform at a high level more often than not. Grealish is playing with majority of the time.
You can't. Hold on. So Vardy play with high level all the time. And Vardy doing well every single season.
No, but look at Leicester in comparison to
Villa.
Who would you say have the better set of players?
We can say Leicester now, maybe because they won the league before, so they start to attract good players. You get me? Because before that they didn't have it. You get what I mean? But then for now, Aston Villa doing well. I have to say that because they beat my side 7-2. You get what I mean?
That never happened, boss.
So
what happened in that?
It was all a
joke. You want me to screen and bring the highlights now? Don't do it.
That's just a one-off moment. That's just a one-off moment.
It was all a dream, boss.
That will not happen again. That's just a one-off moment.
Why the brother ask
you get what I mean?
You know, with that reaching this.
Me think Aston Villa just have a damn good coach. Like him a coming to his own, you know. Like
he has a team for quite some time, you know.
Yeah,
him coming from the championship. They're coming from championship.
Look on Levan over there, so freeze.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see if it comes up back. Yeah, it's coming up back.
Commercial break.
No, man. Is the streaming side something went wrong just now? I saw it just
look that. I never know so people are paid big for advertisement, man.
Don't get in that better. That should have gone.
We soon get it, man. We soon get it. But what may I say is, I did commercial break, demo, party break.
Technical difficulties.
Yes. Juicy parties break.
Yeah, man.
Sorry about that, viewers. Somebody phone on.
Boy, Van say I use Claro.
Keeps on happening again. They're saying that one of the things have a problem.
Sitting alright.
It's flow internet, brother. Flow internet gives a lot of them. Y'all are back?
Yeah, but somebody at echo.
Alright, talk again.
There you go.
Still echoing.
Cut it live. You have reached. Wow.
Jason.
Jason Freeze. We still at echo.
Yeah.
No, he gone. He gone now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, he late. That delay.
Alright, yo, I'm gonna end the live.
Yeah.
So, guys, sorry for this. Never know what happened, but it seems like some technical difficulties beyond our control, because each time I just see connection wrong with, like they're saying that there's a connection problem going up on the streamer, so you have to end it.
Yeah. Man, before. Yeah.